Our third industry expert is Matthieu HAURIT, CEO of the ZOLUX Group, located in France. Matthieu joined the ZOLUX Group in 1999, first as international sales manager, and in 2010 he became CEO of the group. For over 80 years, the ZOLUX Group has specialized in creating specialty brands. Their mission is guided by 4 fundamental values: respect, honesty, sustainable development, and protecting animal welfare. They have 9 distribution platforms across Europe, serving over 55 countries.
Hi everyone. Thank you, Corinne, and the GlobalPETS team for setting up such events to share visions and experiences. Well, let's first quickly go back in March. The fall was sudden and unbelievable. It started with our Italian colleagues and friends. Then all countries followed the line. School closures, then shop closures, then population lockdowns. It's been a worldwide trauma we've lived in. And for us companies, it's been the biggest challenge ever, for which we never got trained or prepared. Within a couple of days, up to 70% of the daily activity dropped in markets. Sales light on necessity products, shops struggled with staff availability and opening stocks. The consumer was locked at home. On our side, from day one, we never stopped, never discontinued any of our customer services. Our obsession was twofold. First is protect the people, and second is safeguard activity. We raised procedures to protect our teams and their families, our customers, suppliers, any partners. We shared a lot of info and set up new organization to maintain the supply chain. Transporting goods during lockdowns was really a challenge. After 2 months of lockdown in nearly all countries in which we are established, I would say we did rather well, or let's say another way, not too bad. None of us got COVID sick and business has gone through this harsh period, and as of today, business level is far beyond projections we had made at this time. Maybe we should say the global pet market eventually went through rather well. The pet is family, and family is what you care most during crisis. Pets have been receiving lots of attention. But let's remain very prudent and humble, because most of us now enter a so-called second pandemic wave, and we have no certainty as for future times. We have just hopes. The peak of crisis triggered structural changes. The first one is where people went shopping. The web and the drive-ins have undoubtedly gained market shares. Pet parents shopping on the web during lockdown had the opportunity to meet new brands and possibly stick to them today. I was actually reading 75% of shoppers tried out new brands or new channels because of the crisis. Private labels also gained because most of them were centrally stocked by the retailers and therefore pushed forward in first to the shoppers. They also maintained a competitive price level that matched the expectations of the consumer worrying for his future and also looking after his daily wallet. Some retailers took the occasion to rethink their private label specifications, like nature-friendly features, local-made or bio-certified products. National brands like ours also gained some bits. First, because the day after unlocking, most shops progressively saw waves of pet parents coming back throughout the aisles, with a mask on and hands full of gel, but happy to go out and meet other people, renew his freedom, get some experiences and spend money set aside during the lock weeks. From June onwards, ZOLUX Group sales hit history records not only in food and treats, but also in habitat and accessories for exercising, running, playing, and of course, hygiene and healthcare with our brand laboratoire Francodex. A large majority of the market has done well, and still is for the moment. Asian markets, from where this forum is launched today, and Asian producers are also experiencing a growing level of activity. We can feel this. The pet market globally has been proving once again its resilience over crisis. And I really hope that goes on this way. National brands gain also because it was the occasion to communicate and engage with their final users, with pet parents. We don't have the means ourselves to go on traditional public media, but we had energy and time to go further digital. We have a super team really that never stopped engaging with our pet parents and sharing stories on our brands and collections. We also launched the ZOLUX Tribe, our new program for collaborative product development, which is absolutely great. We now co-create some product lines with pet parents, and that's just the beginning. What will have disappeared in 2020? Ignorance, I hope. We're fragile, the virus proves it. We live all together and share common resources. And it's time for more respect and more ambitions for our future generations. Creating the right products for animals, caring for people to feel good in their lives at work and at home, caring for the planet throughout the choices we make in our industrial and commercial activities. I really hope most companies of any size take the right path. We feel here that's a global duty. I would end saying the past few months have been dramatically enlightening. On the one hand, it's been and still is a huge pandemic, a massive social and economic challenge. On the other hand, it's been and continues to be a fantastic momentum in people and team values, in unity. It's the greatest occasion we've ever had and a mind opener for intellectual change and practical progress. Thank you all.
Let's have a look to the consumer. Due to the lockdown and the second wave and what will come in the near future, we know all consumers are staying more at home. And that's also the reason that we see a huge increase of turnover of the pets industry. What does it mean that the consumer is staying more at home for product innovation?
I think it's, on the one hand, it's a very big open door because people being at home spend more time going through the web and just searching for new stuff. They spend more time also on the things they like. So it's a chance for a consumer, for a brand, I mean, with regards to consumer who already know them, to engage more with them. And that's the one of the experiences we had during the first lockdown is we had more engagement in terms of volume and quality, I would say as well, because a lot of critics, good and bad, but hopefully more good, better. It was really the number one point. We figured engagement in the communities, in the social networks. So we had stories to share with them and brand content. So yeah, it was a good opportunity for that. On the other hand, compared to the opportunity, I would also say that people having more time to spend in front of their screen also leads to more volatility, because they would go more and more to acquire different brands, different channels. I was reading 75% of the consumers tried a new brand or a new channel during the lockdowns. Okay. So it's a very interesting figures. It concerns Europe. I'm sure in other places of the world it's the same, more or less. But it means a lot. It means people have the ability, have the time to try something else. So it's a very good opportunity, but it's also a very high focus, attention you have to make on your own brands.
Yeah. You told in your presentation that ZOLUX took recently a new initiative to involve the consumer more closely to your product development process. Can you share a little bit with us, what is your experience with it?
Yeah, it's a good question. Thank you, Corinne. We just started what we call La Tribu, the ZOLUX Tribe. saying in English, which is a program in which we invite on application consumers to co-create products with us. We've started that early this year. We've accelerated it during the lockdowns because that's another fact, people had more time. So they participate. We have now a bit more than 350 people in the program. We want 1,000 in a very short run for each category of products, for each animal. So they are passionate people, they are qualified. As I said, they applied for that and we discussed, we qualified their application before they integrate the program. And they participate from the idea to the delivery of the prototype to test. And then if the test is positive, then the product can go on production.
Okay. And how do you see that it will develop over the coming years? The tribe will grow. Will you involve consumers also in other processes in the company?
Yes, yeah, I think it's just the beginning of a super story because we need the feedback, we need the advice, we need sometimes the ideas of the people that use the product, the final users, the pet parents. They know what's good for them, what's good for the animal, what's good for the house. Of course, we still have a group of scientific people in pharmacies, vets, to help us validate each phases of the development. But then in terms of final products, the use of it, the value of it, the consumer has a very accurate view for that. So yes, it will develop.
Yeah, okay. You mentioned in one of the previous answers that 75% of the consumers is trying other products as they are used to, let's say other brands they are used to. What does this mean, this new attitude for building a brand?
Actually, 75% tried at least once.
Okay.
That's what I remember reading. So, but then, yeah, it's still then a chance for brands, especially non-pet food brands like ours, to increase the notoriety because people are more sensitive to communication on the web. So for brands, mostly it's a big opportunity. It's not easy because a lot of brands are on the market, but then mostly it's a good occasion, yeah.
Okay, good. Then sustainability. I would like to ask you one thing about it. This whole thing is also pushing sustainability because the consumer is asking that nowadays. Can you give a brief summary what ZOLUX is doing to become more sustainable?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's a extremely important fundamental notion. We take it really with passion. We take it very, very seriously. We have not communicated a lot on it yet, and we still don't. We will increase progressively because we want to speak at today's date on the actions and the commitments we are making. So we don't want to say too much what we will do. We want to say what we have done and what we are doing today.
Yeah.
What we are doing the last months and the COVID actually accelerated our process, which we started last year, is to structure, to organize our corporate social responsibility in terms of economy, social, and environmental. We wrote all the actions that we've made, all the actions that we are making now and we will make today for 3 pillars. The first one is right for my pet. We want products right for my pet, good in their conception, good in their use, good in their durability. The second point is good for my work because ZOLUX is a big family of people working together. We want them happy. We want our partners happy to work with us in the long run with confidence. So that's the second pillar. And the third one, and certainly the most difficult, is better for my planet. And we want our action to be better. I don't even think someone can say he's good or he's excellent, but we want to be better in the materials we use, the way we produce them, the way we transport them. We want to be better also in terms of structures in the organization also. Yeah. We've taken some external help, several people, but one of them is an expert to accompany us, to guide us, to organize our ideas and actions. And we are now implementing it in the company. One fact today is that 100% of our new product developments are going through the eco-conception filter. So there is no one single new products we make today, and we make about 500 a year, which is not concerned with eco-conception.
Okay.
And it's very strong. It means a lot in the company to people, yeah. To all generations, not only the new ones, but then all of them, because they work for a good reason. They have a mission. We work for a target. I have 4 kids, and I want to be able to tell them that our generation is helping for the future ones.
Very good. Thank you so much for this Q&A with me.
Thank you, Corinne. Thank you for inviting me.